If you live in or have visited Minnesota, you likely value its natural landscapes. Many folks in this state enjoy activities like hunting, fishing, boating, or hiking. Unfortunately, we may be introducing harmful organisms in our wake. Introduced species can have devastating impacts on local ecosystems. Animals like zebra mussels seriously harm food webs in lakes and cause damage to equipment and boats. Earthworms, which were introduced into most of Minnesota, hurt our forests by breaking down leaf litter and soil too quickly. Organisms with these kinds of negative impacts are called invasive or problematic species. Some pathogens can be invasive or problematic. Pathogens are disease-causing organisms, like some bacteria or fungi or viruses. Many pathogens can easily move from one environment to another through human activity. Minnesota is home to a diversity of amphibians, including at least 19 species of frogs and salamanders. These organisms play crucial roles in ecosystems. They can be culturally important, and they impact our health and our economy. In some parts of North America, the sheer mass of salamanders in forests outweighs that of smaller vertebrates. And wherever amphibians occur, they are important predators of insects and important prey for birds, fish, and other wildlife. Their presence is often an indication of a healthy wetland habitat and of good water quality. Caring about ecosystems and amphibians also means caring about the pathogens that ail them, like chytrid fungi and ranaviruses. When we're talking about chytrid fungi and amphibians, we're talking about two different pathogens, Batrachochytrium dendrobatitis, also called BD, and Batrachochytrium salamandrivorans, also called BSAL. These pathogens cause a disease in amphibians called chytridiomycosis. Growth of the fungus leads to things like sloughing of skin, lethargy, weight loss, and potentially death. Chytridiomycosis is one of the major reasons that many populations of amphibians are declining globally. Now, ranaviruses can also be lethal to amphibians. This group of viruses causes massive amounts of cell death across the animal's body. Symptoms of infection include difficulties with swimming, lethargy, swelling of the limbs or body, and hemorrhaging. Massive die-offs attributed to ranavirus have affected several species of amphibians, but also other wildlife like turtles and fish. When we spend time outdoors, we may be picking up and moving around pathogens like chytrids and ranaviruses on our boots or other equipment. We can prevent the spread of these pathogens and of other invasives by cleaning our gear. Chytrids and ranaviruses can be killed by household bleach, a cleaning compound like Virkon, or by using alcohol. The method you use will depend on your needs and on what you're trying to clean. Bleach is often your easiest option, but over time it can damage metal and cloth if these items aren't thoroughly rinsed. If you're concerned about long-term wear and tear, you may want to use Virkon, which you can find online in a powder form. Alternatively, for sensitive or delicate equipment, you may choose to use alcohol in a wipe or liquid form. Let's walk through these steps for decontaminating gear. First, get together some decontamination supplies. If you're going on a multi-day trip or to several places in one day, you can assemble these items in a kit that can travel with you. A basic cleaning kit will need your neutralizing agent, a source of clean water, scrubbing brushes, a measuring container, gloves, and a larger container for soaking. You'll start by removing all dirt, debris, and plant matter from your boots or other equipment. Dirt and debris can make our neutralizing agents less effective. Getting rid of debris also helps remove any seeds, plant structures, or small animals like insects and snails that might otherwise hitchhike between locations. After we manually remove any material from our gear, we can disinfect using our neutralizing agent. There are 3 terms to keep in mind here: the active ingredient, the stock solution, and the working solution. The active ingredient is the chemical that's responsible for neutralizing the pathogens. In the case of bleach, this is sodium hypochlorite. The stock solution is the original solution containing the active ingredient, or what you buy off the shelf. The working solution is what you're going to mix up and apply to your equipment. If you're going to use household bleach, keep in mind that it varies in stock concentration. In the United States, you might find brands that vary between 5 and 9% sodium hypochlorite. We want to make a working stock solution of 1.6%. You'll want to wear gloves when working with bleach to protect yourself. Once you've got a working solution, you'll need to soak your equipment. Our equipment needs to spend at least 5 minutes in contact with the 1.6% working solution. This will ensure that chytrids and other pathogens are killed. After that, you'll want to thoroughly rinse off your gear with water and ideally let it dry. This water rinse and drying helps reduce how much bleach gets into the environment. An alternative to bleach is Virkon. Virkon is another disinfectant that is effective at killing amphibian pathogens. The active ingredient in Virkon is potassium peroxymonosulfate. Virkon comes in powder or tablet form. To use it, you'll want to mix up a 1% working solution. For a 1% Virkon solution, we should leave the equipment in contact with the solution for at least 2 minutes prior to rinsing with water. Finally, we need to dispose of our used working solution safely at the end of the day. If you're using bleach, this means emptying and rinsing out the cleaning equipment at least 150 feet or 50-ish meters away from any natural water source. Areas with a lot of sunlight work well because UV light will help break down bleach. Small amounts of Virkon working solution can be disposed of following the same guidelines as suggested for bleach, but larger volumes should be disposed of down drains connected to sewer systems. Bleach and Virkon solutions are good choices for decontaminating larger equipment, but for small equipment, you may prefer to use alcohol wipes or a 70% alcohol solution. To recap, amphibians play important roles in our environment and in our society. Outdoor activities can spread invasive or problematic pathogens that negatively impact amphibians. By decontaminating our personal equipment, we can help slow that spread. Decontamination includes 3 basic steps: removing dirt and debris, soaking in a disinfectant, and rinsing afterwards with water. We hope that you can join us in taking the steps necessary to protect Minnesota's amphibians and natural habitats. For additional information and resources, please see the PDF we've linked below. Thanks for watching.